What's up, YouTube? This is Acid Roots. I've got Prophets of Rage, his new song. So it just dropped. I don't know if it's a single or not, but it is a new song that's getting ready to come in the wake of their album, which is coming out September 15th. So this group is comprised of Rage Against the Machine members who haven't been active since the turn of the century, 17 years ago. Be Real from Cypress Hill, Chuck D from Public Enemy, and there's actually another member from Public Enemy thrown in. So this group has a lot of '90s kind of vibe to it. And the thing was on the rock charts, Rage Against the Machine had a pretty good presence between about the early '90s and '99 when they quit making records. So I actually do own I own the 1999 album, which I think is called like The Battle for Los Angeles. And I've paid attention to some of their songs, but the whole thing is they kind of remind me of the Beastie Boys, but the rock is never quite as uh, just completely berserk as some of the stuff that I'm used to listening to. So I do feel like Korn does a pretty good job of it. Limp Bizkit does, but when you get to Sepultura and more vicious groups like that, it feels like commercial ready rap rock, which is something we don't really see that often. So this song is called Radical Eyes. Has a good topic, just talking about. This is the kind of stuff that Ice-T, Ice Cube, Chuck D, some of these rappers that are known for their political rap back in the early '90s, the California drama that went on, and that sort of stuff. This was some of the stuff that was going on. If you didn't pay attention to Dr. Dre back in 1991, 92, these guys were some of the larger forces in California also to try out. So I thought with that, the topic about Radical Eyes is talking about, you not liking me having my own expression and, my own views and mindset and these sorts of things that go on. It's kind of like you seem worried that I think this way type attitude. And I didn't really think that that was so much of a problem, but I do think it's important just because so many folks are trying to monitor us. They talk about in the song how folks are trying to spy on us with drones and that sort of stuff. So, I'm not going to take my meds and, I'm not going to be a statistic, that sort of thing. So I do like that idea. I didn't really pay attention to it as much, but I do, the Ice-T Body Count album was, spectacular to me. So that's another thing worth getting, especially with the inauguration of Donald Trump and all these different things that are going on in America. I do like the idea of getting, some smarter, ratio stuff while listening to metal. It's kind of, it's interesting that it takes a rapper to do that, but, I'm not opposed to it. So that's just the thing. Chuck D from Public Enemy, most rap heads over the age of 30 would say that this is a classic group, and I agree with that, but I just don't know him that well. So this is pretty much one of the first songs I've listened to, and so I don't even know his voice off the get go. So that's the thing. So it was interesting trying to hear this, but as far as like the guitar work on the song, it does sound like a more mellow Beastie Boys song. Not really fight for your right, that type of stuff, but probably one of the singles that came off of License to Ill. Kid Rock has done this sort of song also. It just has more of like a twang to it, more so than like sharp guitar work. I'm trying to, you think of a hot rock song, like it doesn't sound like I Stand Alone by Godsmack or some of these. It, it, it's mellow. I think that's the best way to put it. So I appreciate it, and it makes me interested in Rage Against or Prophets of Rage's first album. Be Real is just on the chorus, so I'm hoping. It's funny because he's known for his marijuana type talk, so this sort of thing, seeing him take a more, a more of an ascent on his topic variety is kind of interesting to see. So it's just more intelligible this time. I know Cypress Hill has been that way, but it's paying less attention to smoking and more to the state of the country. So that's something to kind of note. So yeah, so all that makes for, you know, I don't want to say that this song is like kick ass. I mean, I like the song, but I'm not blown away by it. And that's the thing, is I was kind of wanting there to be more metal to the song than just a little bit of guitar work and then, you know, what it was. So that, you know, that was the main problem that I had. But, you know, I still would listen to the song, but it just wouldn't be one of my favorites.